season. The referees are ready, so are we. We hope you are at home. Underway at the Rose Garden Ice Arena. Norwich in their home white uniforms with the red and blue trim. They'll skate from right to left on your screens at home for the first period. Long Beach in the road blue uniforms with the gray and white trim, skating from left to right as that shot off of the stick of Souza was directed aside by Murakami. Racing up ahead with it is Jack Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick swoops behind the net of Cymbaluk. Still with the puck on his stick, dishes off back to the point for Gilbert. Gilbert tried sending it towards the front of the goal. That's knocked away. Nice job by Daryl Smith getting in the way. Smith on the second opportunity gets it as far as the red line before it's dumped back down. Cymbaluk leaves it for Daryl Smith behind the goal. Smith didn't like what he saw on the far side boards. Gives it along to Bain, who sends it all the way down the ice. Icing is called. And just 51 seconds into this, the Long Beach Sharks will have an offensive zone face-off. Let's see what direction they decide to take it. One of the new rules for this year is that teams get to decide where their face-off will be after an icing. Looks like they'll choose to go to the left of Cymbaluk as it's Tyler Zembriski on the draw. One back for Plant. Plant sends one on goal. Zembriski deflects it wide. Behind the net, Bain trying to dig it on out for the Sea Captains. Now back at the point. A shot saved by Cymbaluk. Rebound loose in the slot. Collected by the Sharks. They can't take a shot. Souza off the boards. Not out. He'll get another opportunity here. Soccered back into the zone by Tyler Fisher. Fisher a third time wraps one in on goal. And Cymbaluk is forced to hold on. 18:44 to go in the first period. Long Beach out shooting Norwich by a 3-1 margin so far. Doesn't sound so bad when it's early in the game. If you're saying that in the third period, you've got more of a problem. Off the draw, it's controlled by the Sharks. A one-time shot off the stick of Brienza goes wide. Now Dixon at the point. Another one on goal, saved by Cymbaluk. Looking to get it out is Nick Sachs. He plays it up the same side boards. Manahan's able to help it on out into the Long Beach zone. Cunningham on the forecheck. Here's Plant. Cunningham forces a turnover. Back the other way, it's Fisher. Lost possession of the puck behind the net. Solid forecheck being put on by the Sea Captains. They will not get a shot on goal, as taking it out of the zone is Walter Montgomery. Montgomery then gets belted in the neutral zone. Forces a turnover, and now Cunningham. Off the boards, picked up by Manahan. Manahan lost possession as he got bumped by Carney. Carney's pass goes all the way to the Norwich blue line. Swept back in by Schemmel. This should be icing, and there's the whistle. So the faceoff will come back down into the Norwich zone with 2:05 gone by in the first period of play. For the Sea Captains, this is their only game this weekend. They'll be in action again on Wednesday, October 20th. Taking a trip on down to the Garden State, visiting the New Jersey Titans for the first time in franchise history. That's a 12 o'clock start here on Hockey TV. And the nice thing is, we'll be traveling with the team as well, so you can tune into our broadcast. You don't have to listen to the Jersey one. Back underway as this puck is controlled by Manahan. At the bottom of the circle, sends a soft pass that was intended for Schemmel, not out of the zone, kept alive. Now Loftus softly off the boards. Manahan looking to work it out. Doing work for the Sharks is Evan Richards. Richards recently acquired by Long Beach as he came over from the Yellowstone Quake. This is only his second game in a Long Beach uniform. Chipped off the glass hard by Tim Hayden. That nearly connects with Schemmel at center ice. Instead collected by Wiltfong, or check that, that's Carney going behind the net. Chipped off the boards. Loftus tried sending it back into the Long Beach zone. He'll get a second opportunity. Nice shutoff on the boards by the Long Beach forward. Looks like that was Weichel who managed to keep it in. Now here comes Schemmel. Over the Long Beach blue line. Poked off of his stick by Medvedev, and Mikita Medvedev will bring it up ice. Jameson Bain on the back check. Able to break things up. Puck pinned up against the wall in front of a Norwich bench. Sent now into the Sea Captain's zone. Tim Hayden the first one there. Hayden shoved away by Gilbert. Gilbert a centering feed. Can't quite connect with Isaiah Fogelgren. And the Sea Captains get it as far as a neutral zone. Sent all the way down ice, and another icing call against the Norwich Sea Captains. That's the third call already that they've had. And we're only 3 minutes and 43 seconds into this first period. Now, that can be a strategy for these teams. Keep in mind that we play hybrid icing here in the NA3HL. So if you can get a forward behind the opposing defender, send it all the way down the ice, that forward will wipe out the icing call. However, the Sea Captains have not been able to accomplish that so far. Medvedev playing catch with his defensive partner, Kyle Gilbert. Gilbert sends one into the Norwich zone. Souza, first one there, negates the icing call. Souza runs into some trouble behind the Sea Captain's net. Loose puck ends up on the stick of Gilbert at the point. He'll direct it into the corner. Souza the first one there. Up the boards, and now it's Cam Holton. Holton flips it out of the zone. Turned over, and here come the Sharks back the other way. Off the stick of Bernard into the Sea Captain's zone. Hayden the first one there. Goes D to D for Souza. Trevor Souza with a little time finds Holton. Holton off the same side wall. Bain lost possession of it at the red line. Holton following up on it has it knocked off his stick by Bernard. Puck still loose at center ice. Both teams trying to come up with it. Eventually it's Souza who does, and he gives along for Max Tapia. Tapia drops off a backhand shot by Cunningham, punched aside by Murakami. Now in front, falling down on the play was Ranger. We have a whistle. Not sure if the net had come off of its moorings. I believe so, as the Long Beach Sharks are not being allowed to change here. So the faceoff will remain in the Sharks' end. 4:49 gone by in a scoreless first period. For the Norwich Sea Captains, with a record of 2-5, they have not recorded a victory yet where they did not score the first goal of the game. So looking to change that around as well. Here is Smith with a shot from the point. Goes off the side of the cage. Loose puck picked up by Cunningham. Cunningham stripped of the puck in the corner. Ranger trying to work it on out. That's Harrison Ranger. Daryl Smith pinching in from the point. Can't quite get the puck. And now Zembritsky back the other way. Zembritsky, a shot saved by Cymbaluk. And the face-off will be to the Trumbull, Connecticut natives' right. Over 5 minutes gone by in the first. Long Beach still out shooting the Norwich Sea Captains as the rest of the crowd filters on in. Promotion tonight, as every child who showed up in a Halloween costume got in for free. You see a couple of them hanging around the stands here, as we have a whistle. Let's see where the face-off goes, as getting knocked down in the corner was Nick Sachs. Face-off's going to come out into the neutral zone. Might have been a hand pass against Long Beach. But all fans in attendance tonight will also walk on home with a free magnetic schedule. Losing his bucket on the play was Walker Montgomery. Quick whistle by the officials, and we'll get right back underway. Taking a look to the future for Norwich, after they visit New Jersey on Wednesday and the Northeast Generals on Friday, on November the 6th, here at home against the New Jersey Titans, it will be Military Appreciation Night. And I know the team has some nice things planned in store for those of us, or rather for those who are willing to put their lives and their livelihoods on the line. We salute them, certainly. The military, such a strong and important part of the city of Norwich. You saw the USS Nautilus actually sent out today. Nice to see a piece of history still floating. Shot off the boards, ended up in the corner. Here's Sachs. Sachs run into, puck still in that Zamboni corner. Now we're behind the net. Matt Ward looking to clear. Schemmel slaps it out, but Spencer Dixon at the blue line keeps it alive. Now Fisher. This time not over the Norwich blue line. Both teams in the middle of a change, so it looks a little chaotic out there. Now Dixon. From just over the red line, he'll send it down deep. Chasing after it and getting to it first is Zembritsky. Ward took it away from him, off the boards, out of the zone. Trying to one-hand it up the ice was Jamison Bain. No sail there. Cymbaluk will leave it behind his net. And now Ward, hopped down from behind by Weichel. Weichel has been very, very dangerous against these Norwich Sea Captains. He has the most points out of any player in the 3 games that these two teams have played. These teams will face each other 8 times during the regular season. This is game number 4. Apparently, they're trying to get them out of the way quickly. Down in the Norwich end, it gets flipped out as far as center ice. Puck bounces into the Long Beach zone. They're able to break out. Forcing a turnover at center ice was Tegan Byer. Picked up a little help from Cunningham as well. Now Loftus looking for an option. Under pressure from Richards. Norwich needs to be careful. Nearly had too many men on the ice. Meanwhile, Hayden, a cross-ice pass deflects off the stick of the former Danbury Junior hat-trick Dylan Harbour. Puck trickles down into the Long Beach end. First one there is Nicholas Brienza. Brienza around to the near side. Out of the zone, and Harbour, a deft backhand pass, gets it along for Isaiah Fogelgren. Fogelgren will send it down deep. Hayden, the first one there for Norwich. Under pressure, decides to play safe, go along the same side wall. Manahan turned it over. Puck ends up in the Zamboni corner once again as Fogelgren sends it behind the net. First one there is Hayden again. Hayden pressured by Dominguez. Puck still in that corner as everybody seems to poke at it. 2 players for both teams. Referee beckons play on as everybody still trying to dig it out from under the skates of Ben Cunningham of Norwich. Now the scrum moves further down the boards. Same cast as before, trying to work it on out. With a chance at it was Dominguez. Sends it on goal, saved by Cymbaluk. Isaiah Fogelgren got in an extra shot just as the whistle was blowing. The faceoff will remain in the Sea Captain's end. 11:15 to go in the first period. Still no score between the Norwich Sea Captains and the Long Beach Sharks. Jack Fitzpatrick on the draw. Giving back to the point. A one-time shot by Fisher. Easily handled by Cymbaluk. Smith lost his glove in the corner. Quickly able to retrieve. Meanwhile, gaining speed out of the zone is Ethan Ranger. The birthday boy gets stripped of the puck at the red line. Turned over, and now Souza back the other way. 4-on-3 into the zone. Souza's shot right into the shin pads of Tyler Fisher. Back the other way they come. It's Jack Fitzpatrick looking to split the D. He does. Fitzpatrick in. A shot. He scores! Jack Fitzpatrick goes through the 5-hole. And the Long Beach Sharks take a 1-0 lead. Well, a frustrating goal, certainly for the Sea Captains to surrender, as they finally looked like they were getting things clicking offensively. But with 10:46 to go here in the first period, Jack Fitzpatrick finds the back of the net, making this a 1-0 game. And for Fitzpatrick, it is his 4th goal of the season. Now Fitzpatrick once again, this time softly back to the point. Bernard gets it down deep. Around the boards it goes. Sacks the first one there, and he finds Cam Holton. Holton, long cross-ice pass right onto the tape of Harrison Ranger. Check that, that's Tegan Byer. Byer knocked off of his stick by Fisher. Kept alive at the point. Fisher with it again. Bernard softly along Fitzpatrick. Ward steps into him. Trying to get around Ward was Fisher. Nice job by the Norwich defenseman to break that up. Puck still in the Long Beach Sharks zone. Holton tried a backhander towards the slot. Never had a chance to get on through. Keeping it alive at the point is Loftus. Now Holton with the puck on his forehand sends one just wide. Ward at the point. Takes a shot. Goes off the skates of Zembritsky in front. Around the boards, Bernard stripped of the puck. Here's Kinahan trying to dipsy-doodle his way towards the front of the net. Eventually the puck trickles on wide. Kinahan again for Cunningham. Cunningham top of the circle. His shot blocked down in front. Zembritsky found it underneath his shin pads. In the corner again, Fisher comes together with Kinahan. Behind the net, Zembritsky. Out towards center ice, and now Cunningham once again for Norwich. He's at the end of his shift. Tapia has that knocked off of his stick. He's able to recover with a little help from Matt Ward. Cleared down into the Sharks' end. This may be icing if it has the legs. No, waved off, and so play continues. Here is Plant for the Sharks. Gives along to Zembrisky. Whistle down on the offsides. Face-off will be outside the Norwich end with 8:50 to go in the first period, and the Sharks holding a 1-0 lead over the Sea Captains. Well, Sharks, Sea Captains makes sense for an Eastern Division rivalry. Haven't seen too much of the physical play yet, although between these two teams, that can certainly change in a heartbeat. Here's defenseman Trevor Souza down in the offensive zone. Souza cycles along Tapia. Tapia has Schemmel there as well. Tried giving it to him, but there were 3 Shark defenders in the way, and Zembrisky will take it out of the zone. Zembrisky turned around at the blue line. Now at center ice. Fanning was Brienza. Tapia into the zone. 3-on-2 developing. A shot. They score! Happy birthday, Ethan Ranger. We're tied at 1. I don't care what his parents got him. That's the birthday present he wanted. Ethan Ranger coming off the bench as the trailer takes the shot. Ryu Murakami got a piece of it, but not enough. And with 8:15 to go in the first period, we are tied at 1. The problem that Norwich had in the last game against Danbury is they weren't able to pull away. Every time Norwich scored, especially in the third period, the junior hat-tricks were able to respond. It's something that they worked on in practice. Let's see how they do against Long Beach. As flipping it towards goal was Weichel. That goes wide. Souza in the corner. Lost possession. Dylan Harbor tries forcing it towards the front. And now Timmy Hayden will throw this down the ice, trying to chase after his Tapia. This goes on goal, and so Murakami has to hold on. And the Sea Captains will get an offensive zone face-off out of it. I'm not sure if this habit of dumping it down the ice for the Sea Captains is trying to get somebody behind the defense, or if they're actually trying to throw it in on goal and force goaltender Ryo Murakami to play the puck. Jamison Bain on the draw for Norwich. Medvedev lost possession of the puck. Beyer tried forcing it towards the front of the goal, stolen away. And the Sharks will clear it down into the Norwich zone. First one there for the Sea Captains is Nick Sachs. Sachs lost possession of the puck. Now Evan Richards tries going back into the corner. Ward cuts that off. Ward chipped up out of the zone. Sachs will send it back down once again. And now Kyle Gilbert. Hard up the boards. Goes past everybody. No icing on the play as Jake Weichel beats out the whistle. Curiously enough, even though the icing was waved off, Nick Sachs was the first one there. So now the Sea Captains look to clear. This is Bain in the near side corner. Goes to Ward behind the net. Almost popped out towards the front. Beyer blindly sends it into center ice. Gilbert sends it right back down into the Norwich zone. 6:33 to go in the first period. 1-1 your score as Ethan Ranger has tied things up. Here's Medvedev, a shot. That is off the skate of Kinahan and then off the I-beam, holding up the roof here at the Rose Garden Ice Arena. It's made of some pretty sturdy stuff. Faceoff will remain in the Norwich zone with 6:26 to go in the first period. 13 games around the NA3HL today. We'll take a look at those during the intermission. Always nice to see a fun day of hockey, especially on a nice Saturday like we had on the East Coast today. About 80 degrees. Makes you wonder what month it actually is. Back underway as Kinahan tries forcing it out of a Norwich zone. Eventually he's able to do so, gets sent right back the other way. And now Manahan at center ice. Connects with Hayden. Hayden, a shot gloved by Murakami, and he holds on. Well, Ryo Murakami coming into this game, as we mentioned, a personal record of 3 wins and no losses. However, in those 3 games, he has only faced 74 shots. Or rather, in those 4 games, he has only faced 74 shots. It's a small amount for a goaltender when you compare that, say, to Norwich's Brendan Pellerito, who in 3 games has faced 126 shots. Here is Hayden from the point, deflected in front by the defenseman Tyler Fisher. Dangerous play by Fisher. Usually something like that will draw the ire of your goaltender. On the far side, Loftus from the point, again blocked by Fisher in front. And Fisher, a nice outlet pass, connects with Fitzpatrick. 2-on-1 into the zone. Fitzpatrick tries sending one towards goal. Saved by Cymbaluk. He's loose and out of position. Shot was blocked in front by Loftus. And the Sea Captains send one off the glass and out of the zone. Oh, a beautiful opportunity for the Long Beach Sharks. As Alex Cymbaluk, with a desperation save, made the initial stop. And then Sean Loftus blocking the shot from the point as Cymbaluk was still recovering. 5 minutes to go in the first period. Around the corner, picked up by Plant. He goes back to the point. Fisher, a shot blocked in front. The rebound saved by Cymbaluk, and he'll hold on. 4:52 to go in the first period. Tied at 1 between Norwich and Long Beach, and Alex Cymbaluk with a trio of important saves to maintain that tie. It'll be Tyler Zabriskie on the draw for Long Beach. Stepping in for Norwich is Harrison Ranger. One back, Carney at the point. Sends one deliberately wide. It pops out in front, just according to plan, but unable to get a stick on it was Walter Montgomery. Now Montgomery gives it a poke behind the net, ends up into the corner, picked up by Daryl Smith. Smith wanted to go cross ice, intercepted by Plant. Plant coming along the goal line, a shot saved by Cymbaluk and out of the zone. Here is Tegan Byer, thrown up against the boards. Biggest hit of the game so far, thrown by Devin Carney. Byer back up to his feet, gives it right back to Zabriskie. Back the other way, a 2-on-1 potentially developing. Souza able to break it up. Then it's thrown into the far corner by Plant. Off the boards, out towards center ice. Corralled by Medvedev. Medvedev off the boards, no icing on the play. Cymbaluk wondering why there's no icing. Second time that he's had an icing go against him. Loose puck picked up by Bain. Off the boards and now gaining speed as he comes out of the zone is Tegan Byer. Byer gives it along for Manahan, who had to stop at the blue line, otherwise he would have been offsides. We have a whistle, we have a penalty, and with 3:41 to go in the first period, we'll get to see the special teams for the first time as Walker Montgomery will sit 2 minutes for roughing. Coming into this game, the Norwich Sea Captains currently ranked 20th overall in the 34-team NA3HL on the power play. They convert on 23.8% of their opportunities. Meanwhile, the Long Beach Sharks, they are ranked 14th overall. They kill off 80% of their penalties. And with 3:41 to go in the first period, an opportunity for the Sea Captains to jump out to the lead. They'll need to be careful, though. The Long Beach Sharks are aggressive on their penalty kill, and the Sea Captains, unfortunately, have given up shorthanded goals, including 2 in Wednesday's game. Here's Ethan Ranger stepping in from the sidewall, tries going upstairs. Where is it? On the side of the net, cleared on out. Boy, everybody was looking around for that one. Cymbaluk, his clearing attempt knocked down by Dylan Harbour. Harbour a shot, blocked in front by Hayden. The rebound, another save by Cymbaluk. That's the kind of aggressiveness that we were talking about, and it results in a penalty against the Sea Captains. Going to the penalty box will be Cam Holton, as he managed to lay a heavy check in front of a net on Captain Jake Weichel. Holton will sit 2 minutes for roughing, and will skate 4 aside for the next minute and 31 seconds. 3:11 to go in the first period. Not sure if Weichel had lost his helmet again, but 4-on-4 action. We'll get to see the wheels of these two teams come to the forefront with that much open ice. Through center ice, Carney intercepts the pass. Collected by Smith, and now into the zone, Kinahan. Kinahan tries to fight through a check, he does. Meanwhile, managed to lose possession of the puck. Carney will take it back the other way, 3-on-3 over the Norwich line. Dropped back for Harbour, offsides is called, as these linesmen are using the electronic whistles that have almost become ubiquitous over the past 18 months. Never saw them before things got a little weird starting in March of 2020. That face-off will be just outside the Norwich zone in front of their bench. 2:49 to go in the first period, and 4-on-4 action for another minute and 9 seconds. Off the draw, it's Fitzpatrick, Long Beach's lone goal scorer. Puck on his backhand, goes back to the point. A one-time shot saved by Cymbaluk. Ranger looking to clear. Tried flipping it forward, didn't quite get everything on it. Now Carney over the red line and the blue. Throws one towards the slot. Fitzpatrick, a shot saved by Cymbaluk, picked up by Ethan Ranger, and he gets it out of the zone. Ranger turns away from pressure, tries saucing one on over for Souza, who eventually has to just chip it into the Long Beach end. Sharks looking to break out as it's Bernard on the far side. Off the boards for Fitzpatrick, watched closely by Souza. Souza tries poking it off the stick of Fitzpatrick, thinks better of it, and just checks him into the boards. Fitzpatrick able to fight through all of that, still with possession of the puck in the corner. He'll send one around far side. Keeping it in the zone is Spencer Dixon. Now Fitzpatrick sent down into an empty corner. Nobody there for the Sharks, so they'll go off for a change in Trevor Souza with plenty of open ice in front of him. 2 seconds and 1, and now the Sharks are on the power play. Souza perhaps might have been better served just holding on to that puck and sending it all the way down. Cymbaluk has to hold on with the incoming pressure of Tyler Zembritsky. And with 1:34 to go in the first period and 23 seconds to go on what will officially be Long Beach's first power play, they'll have an offensive zone face-off to the left of the Norwich goaltender. Zembritsky on the draw against Cunningham. Zembritsky won it a little too well. It goes out of the zone. Gilbert goes D to D across. Pass too far for Plant. This should be icing. No, waved off just as it crosses the goal line. Now Gilbert stepping in from the point. A rising shot, and that's blocked by Hayden. Tim Hayden has looked real good out there for the Norwich Sea Captains, not just in this game, but throughout the season. Penalty has expired. We're back to five-a-side hockey. And Hayden's the kind of player everybody loves to have on their team, a good guy in the locker room and someone willing to put his body on the line. He's the kind of player you want to have. He's the kind of player you can win championships with. 50 seconds to go in the period. Here's Hayden throwing Zembritsky up against the wall. Reinforcements arrive for both teams. Gilbert can't quite get a handle of it. Holton out of the box clears it as far as the Long Beach blue line. Now 36 seconds to go. Plant will pitchfork one back into the zone. Daryl Smith the first one there. Smith coming out from behind his cage. Gets hit knee to knee. That is a dirty play. And coming on over to answer for that is Jamison Bain. Oh, that is a dirty play. A knee-to-knee hit. Daryl Smith able to get up under his own power, but a dangerous play. And with 26 seconds to go in the first period, we'll see exactly how severe the penalty is. Boy, you hate to see a hit like that. That's the kind of hit that can change someone's career. So some jawing in the corner. We'll see what penalties actually arrive out of this. It's Walker Montgomery going to the box. He's going to receive a kneeing penalty. And will it only be 2 minutes or perhaps 5? Time has not gone up on the scoreboard yet. It's still only 26 seconds to go, and it is going to be a 5-minute major power play coming up for the Norwich Sea Captains. Well, if you ever want an opportunity to jump out to a lead, a major power play is a great way to do it. The Sea Captains will have an offensive zone face-off, and they can score as many times as they can during this 5-minute major. Most importantly for the Sea Captains, they need to stay disciplined and not shoot themselves in the foot and take a penalty themselves. Ethan Ranger on the draw. One back Souza. A big drive. He scores! Deflected in front. Tegan Beyer. A power play goal. And the Sea Captains lead it 2-1. 3 seconds into the power play. And Beyer deflects Souza's shot. For Beyer, it is his team leading 5th goal of the season. His first on the power play. And the Sea Captains keep the man advantage with 22.6 to go in the period. Cleared down the ice. Behind the net of Cymbaluk It'll be picked up by Tim Hayden. Hayden's got 13 seconds to work with. Goes along for Souza. Souza wanted to go back to Hayden. 9 seconds to go in the period. Sharks perhaps with an opportunity, trying to force it in on the short side. 3 seconds to go. Here is Byer at the red line. He'll simply throw it in on goal into the glove of Murakami. Max Tapia, Ethan Ranger with the assists. Then Tegan Byer, his 5th of the season on the power play with 22 seconds left to go in the period. A power play as Walker Montgomery has escaped a game misconduct, but his 5-minute major for kneeing continues as a quick shot on, and Murakami had to get a shoulder up quickly to make the save. Here is Hayden. Ranger quickly for Souza and Hayden again. Now Ranger. Dummies it behind the net. He was trying to connect with Holton, stolen away. Holton now picks up the puck in the corner, goes back behind the net. Ranger, a centering feed, knocked away. Ranger again. Byer. Ranger and Byer play catch. Quick shot from the point by Souza, and that went off somebody in front. Now Hayden for Souza again on goal into the glove of Murakami, and he'll hold on. 54 seconds gone by in the second period. 3:41 to go in the major power play for the Sea Captains. They have connected once already. Second unit of Cunningham, Schemmel, and Tapia up front for the Sea Caps. Daryl Smith and Sean Loftus on the point. Good to see Smith back out there, as he was the one who was hit knee to knee by Walker Montgomery. It seems as though he's escaped anything serious. Here is Drew Schemmel kicking it into the Long Beach zone. Schemmel in the corner, doing battle. Shot goes through the blue paint and wide. Here's Loftus sending it back down, and Tapia behind the net. Has a pair of defensemen ready to meet him. Fitzpatrick in the corner. Sent back up to the point, and here is Smith for Cunningham. Back to Smith. The left-handed shot gives along Loftus. Loftus, a shot deflected in front over the top of the net. Sharks looking to clear, cannot. As nice job by Daryl Smith to keep it in the zone, but only momentarily. Couldn't corral it off the ricochet. And now Tapia right here in front of us. Dixon sends it down into the Norwich zone. 2:40 to go in the major power play for the Sea Captains. Thrown in towards the goal of Cymbaluk. He'll simply direct it into the corner where Drew Schemmel will collect. Now here's Smith. Gives along Loftus. Loftus geometrically off the stick of Byer. Couldn't quite control it. Richards will send it back down into the Sea Captain's end. And now Loftus again. Soft pass connects with Daryl Smith. Smith into the zone. Drops off Cunningham. Cunningham's shot gets blocked. Loftus looking for a change. Wasn't on the blue line. Now Byer flips it across. Offsides is Smith. And the faceoff will come out towards center ice as Drew Schemmel got caught down deep. 2 minutes, 35 seconds gone by in the second period, and even 2 minutes remaining on the major power play. The first unit of Byer, Ethan Ranger, and Cam Holton take to the ice. As here's Tim Hayden paired up with Trevor Souza, sending it down deep. Wraps around the roulette wheel in the near side corner. Coming up with it is Holton. Goes along for Ranger. Ethan Ranger, Holton, and Ranger again. Trevor Souza. Across Hayden, a shot that's blocked in front. Puck is still loose in front. Everybody looking for it, eventually coming up with it and sending it all the way down the ice was Jack Fitzpatrick of the Sharks. Cymbaluk takes it upon himself to give along for Hayden. Hayden reverses right back. Cymbaluk had already retreated back to his crease, as the goalies are supposed to do. And now here's Trevor Souza gaining speed, entering into the Long Beach zone. Souza tries going inside out on the defenseman Tyler Fisher. No sail there. Fisher wraps one around to the far side. Cut down by Ethan Ranger. Ranger gives along Byer. Byer, a backhand shot goes wide. Puck caught up on the back of the net. Byer sends one in front. Murakami makes a save, and it's cleared all the way down by Harbor. 50 seconds to go on this major power play. Here's Hayden fanning on a clearance attempt. Schemmel off the skates of Cunningham, flipped back down into his zone, and Dylan Harbor, short-handed, will have an opportunity to kill off some more time. Harbor tried feeding one in front for Weichel, knocked away by Sachs. Sachs then turns it over at the red line, sent back down into the Norwich zone. 28 seconds to go on the power play. Here is Cunningham. Ben Cunningham crossing over into the Long Beach zone. Still has the puck. A shot just goes wide. Got deflected off of a defensive stick in front. Cleared all the way down. And with that will do it for the major power play for the Norwich Sea Captains. 3 seconds to go. And Walker Montgomery has been released from the sin bin. So the Sea Captains lead it 2-1. Back the other way, it's Fitzpatrick. Sent in front, and he can't connect with Zabriskie. And then a whistle as diving down, trying to block that pass, was Sean Loftus. Didn't get the pass, did get his goaltender, Alex Cymbaluk, and got all of the net as well. So Cymbaluk will shake that one off in the corner. Alex Cymbaluk last year played 1 game in the NA3HL as a member of the New Jersey Titans. It was the first game of the season for the Titans away at Danbury. Cymbaluk was injured in the first period, and that was it for his season. Here's Kyle Gilbert, the defenseman. Tried going back to Bernard at the point. That's intercepted by Byer. He gets it out of the zone. Loftus can't get it much deeper. It'll be Bain flipping it on down, and he'll go in off on pursuit. Here's Devin Carney for Zabriskie. Off the stick of Zabriskie. Ward can't get around him. Zabriskie still following up on the play. Takes a bump from Holton. Puck on the half wall. Off the boards by Ranger, not out of the zone. Now Ranger's able to poke it past Bernard. He'll race after us into the zone. A rising shot gloved by Murakami, and he'll hold on. Oh, Ryo Murakami certainly familiar with the velocity of Ethan Ranger's shot. This time he's able to get a glove on it. Faceoff will be to his left. 14:31 to go in the second period, and the Norwich Sea Captains lead by a 2-1 margin. It'll be Ranger on the draw. Tried winning it forward with other ideas was Dylan Harbor of Long Beach. Cleared out of the zone. Ward can't overcommit here, but with one hand on his stick, breaks up what would have been a 2-on-1, perhaps a 2-on-0. Now Richards tries one-handing it himself, can't get around Schemmel. Schemmel plays one off the boards. No one in the area for Norwich. Sachs taken down on the play, back up to his feet. Ranger looking to get it down into the Sharks zone. He does. In front of him is Fisher. Ranger takes it away from Fisher, swings one towards the slot that goes off of a defensive skate. Now Schemmel for Kinahan. Comes out the near side. Kinahan gets dumped down to the ice. Puck still loose in the crease. Eventually gets shot wide. Cleared all the way down the ice. This should be an icing. No, waved off once again. This time Weichel is the first one to the puck as he outraces Nick Sachs for the whistle. Ranger as far as center ice. Fisher will send it back down deep. Here is Sachs again. This time reverses back for Ward. Matt Ward will take it himself as Schemmel covering for him. Leaves it into an open area where Sachs thought about chasing after. Instead, Sachs will go off for a change. Sharks now with an opportunity to regroup in their own end. And they'll throw it back down into the Norwich zone. Souza off the boards. Fresh off the bench, Cunningham has his pocket picked. A shot on, saved by Cymbaluk as Fitzpatrick was looking for his second. Now Zabriskie. Back behind the net, Souza. Souza looks over his options, gets smoked out by Plant, so goes to the far side. Manahan able to direct it on out. Zabriskie the first one there. He's able to outrace Cunningham. And now Plant will send it back down deep. First one there is Montgomery. His first shift since getting out of the penalty box. Zabriskie in the corner. Stripped of it by Cunningham. Looking to clear out was Harrison Ranger. Instead, Medvedev's shot from the point goes off the shin pads of Harrison. Sent down the ice by Manahan. This should be icing, and there's the whistle. 12:19 to go in the second period. We'll take a quick look at the rest of the NA3HL. First, the finals out in Mason City, Iowa. The Toros, a 5-1 victory over the Wilmar Warhawks. Out in Euless, Texas, the Mid-City Junior Stars, a 7-5 victory over the Austin Ice Bats. Also down in Texas, or rather out in Georgia, the El Paso Rhinos are visiting the Atlanta Capitals. The Rhinos with a 7-2 lead over the Atlanta Capitals. The Capitals are 0 for 7 so far, or rather 0-7 so far this year. And it seems as though that will fall to 0-8 by the time this night is through. Meanwhile, here in Norwich, puck down in the corner to the right of Alex Cymbaluk. A pair of players trying to dig it out for both teams. Eventually coming up with the puck is Exia Fogelgren. Feeds it along for Francis Gallagher. First time we've said Gallagher's name in this game. Now Carney. Hard pass. Brienza is able to take it off an interesting hop off the end boards. Manahan looking to clear. This one gets deflected on goal by Harrison Ranger. A little friendly fire for Norwich goaltender Alex Cymbaluk. He's able to make the save. Faceoff will be to his right with 11:27 to go in the second period. Meanwhile, out in Alexandria, Minnesota, the Blizzard have a 3-1 lead through 2 periods of play over the Milwaukee Power. The New Ulm Steel and the Peoria Mustangs tied at 2 through 2 periods of play. We'll get to the rest of the games at the next break. Here's Byer. Connects with Holton. Holton had a pair of defenders in front of him. Tossed it off to the near side where Bain was able to keep it down deep. Now Byer. Turned over. Sharks looking to clear. Cam Holton able to break it up. The North Dakotan looking for an option in the corner. Had lots of problems trying to get it up to his stick, as there were 3 Sharks he had to deal with. In the Norwich zone. Here's Spencer Dixon going behind the net. A backhand pass gets deflected out of danger and out of the zone. Nice job getting a stick in the way by Hayden. Glove down by Bain at center ice. Bain interfered with by Fitzpatrick. Referee says play on. Hayden at the blue line will send it back down deep. Delayed offsides against the Sea Captains. Byer needs to touch up, and so the Sharks will have a free breakout. Here is Dixon at center ice. Thrown in on goal. Cymbaluk has it go off of his chest. Can't quite control the rebound. Came out of his crease to poke it away. Sharks looking to take advantage of it, unable to do so. Now Ethan Ranger down into the Long Beach end. Ranger tees up a shot, and it goes wide. Kinahan, a turnaround shot blocked by Fitzpatrick. And then Jack Fitzpatrick, Long Beach's lone goal scorer, will wind and fire. That goes off the glove of Cymbaluk and out of play. Faceoff will remain in the Norwich zone. 9:58 to go in the second period. We're just past the halfway point of this game between the Norwich Sea Captains and the Long Beach Sharks. I want to thank you folks again for tuning on in. A little Saturday night hockey for you. And then we'll catch you again, as we mentioned, a 12 o'clock face-off down at the Middletown Sports Complex in New Jersey, as the Norwich Sea Captains will face off against the New Jersey Titans for the first time this season. Off the high glass, it stays in the zone. Here's Daryl Smith turning in the corner. Medvedev pinching in from the point. Schemmel's able to chip it past him, but Montgomery in support takes it right back. Smith back down into the Long Beach end. Under 9.5 to go in the period. A turnover. Here is Schemmel across in front, and Tapia sends it wide. Oh, what an opportunity for the Sea Captains, but they can't hit pay dirt. Now Schemmel again, chipping it off the glass right in front of us. Tapia runs into with Medvedev. Medvedev eventually gets tossed down to the ice. Now Tapia on the far side half wall. Cycles back down low, Ranger. Ranger top of the circle, tried giving along for Schemmel, blocked away. Souza at the point, stolen away. Sharks taking it up ahead. Here is Plant. Tries to go inside out on Smith, knocked off his sticks, and Brisky following up on the play, and his shot deflects wide. Harrison Ranger runs into Plant, can't get it out. Smith, under some duress behind the net, throws it up the boards, again not out. Zabriskie the first one there. Zabriskie tried finding Montgomery, stolen away by Bain. Not out of the zone as the puck rolls in towards it, and Cymbaluk will hold on again. Cymbaluk taking an extra poke just as the whistle blows. Faceoff will be to his left. You have to give the Sea Captains some credit for staying disciplined enough and not going after whoever's poking their goaltender. It's a fine balance between defending your goaltender and, well, playing with your head on straight. That's something that the Sea Captains were not able to do in Wednesday's loss to the Danbury Junior Hat-Tricks, as Danbury ultimately ended up with 7 power plays in that game. They scored 3 power play goals in what turned out to be a 7-4 victory. That's the difference. Here is Kinahan, who had a goal against Danbury. He launches a shot wide. On the half wall, it's Fisher. Cross-ice pass, can't connect with Richards. Cunningham looking to work it back down into the Long Beach end. Now Manahan. He gets canceled out into the corner. A backhand shot by Cunningham goes over the top of the net. Loose puck picked up by Harbor. Dylan Harbor, a former Danbury Junior hat-trick himself. Thrown in on goal, saved by Simbalou. The rebound, no! That never crossed the line. The referee says yes, it did, and the Long Beach Sharks have tied it. Oh my! Controversy as Jake Weichel finds the back of the net. The officials will discuss it briefly, but it looks like the goal is going to stand. And for Weichel, that is his team-leading 8th goal of the season. It was a deflected shot that went off the crossbar and straight down. From our angle, it never looked like it crossed the goal line, but the referee, with a better vantage point, pointing towards the back of the net. And with 7:46 to go in the second period, the Sharks have tied it up at 2. Now looking for more. Here's Zabriskie. Racing ahead, he scores! Tyler Zabriskie! 2 goals in under 10 seconds. And the Long Beach Sharks take a 3-2 lead. Shades of the game from Wednesday. Giving up goals in bunches for the Sea Captains, as they score on consecutive shots, and now it's 7:37 to go in the second period. Long Beach Sharks once again have the lead. It's 3-2. That's quieted the crowd here at the Rose Garden Ice Arena. Breaking out of the zone is Fisher. Nearly overskates the puck and then sends it into the skates of the linesman. Zabriskie will send it on down. Souza, the first one there for Norwich. He'll help it around the boards. Had 3 defensemen to go through. No sail as Plant takes a shot. Deflects wide. Zabriskie tries going down into the corner. Smith outside of his reach. A shot on, saved by Simbalou. Now it's Logan Plant again. Wrapping one down into the near side corner. Zabriskie simply sends it behind the net. Harrison Ranger, the first one there. Around the boards, Kinahan outmuscled. Kinahan unable to get it around Fisher. 3-on-2 down low, broken up by Souza, and Kinahan will flip it as far as the red line. We have a whistle, we have a hand pass, and we have a face-off coming up in the neutral zone with 6:36 to go in the second period. Well, the Sea Captains were flying high for the beginning of this second period. Officially, it is 9 seconds between the Weichel and Zabriskie goals. And just like that, the Sharks find themselves back in the lead. Long Beach looking to clear. Here's Holton swinging one towards goal. It's knocked in by Byer, but that is going to be waved off on a high stick. I'll give Tegan Byer credit for the hand-eye coordination, but unfortunately with his stick probably about 8 or 9 feet in the air, there's not much to argue about on that. Face-off's going to come back down into the Norwich Sea Captain zone. Would be nice if that goal counted if you're a fan of the Norwich Sea Captains. But we remain 3-2 in Long Beach's favor. Jamison Bain on the draw. Bain wins it back into an empty corner. He'll chase after himself, gets bumped from behind. Here's Sachs. Up for Holton. Holton chips one off the glass as far as the red line. Gallagher misplays the puck, picks up by Bain. Bain a shot, saved by Murakami, and he holds on. Oh, Jamison Bain with his best opportunity so far in this game. As faltering, trying to get control of the puck. I believe that was Roberto Dominguez. Might have been Medvedev as well. You could only see a 2 from our angle here. And unfortunately, Bain unable to pick a corner. 6:05 to go in the second period. Off the ensuing face-off, it's corralled by Devin Carney. Carney's pass through center ice, intercepted by Tim Hayden. Hayden leads things back the other way. Wrapped around the boards. Tapia is there. Hit by Bernard. 6 players trying to dig out the puck along that corner. Harrison Ranger had it stuck in his skates. Ranger now chases after it, and he comes together with Carney again. This time Carney gets the better of it, forces it up the wall, but not out. Carney for a third opportunity. Gives along for Brienza. Brienza up the half wall. Sharks able to clear. Hayden looking for the hit. Fitzpatrick gets around him. Now Bernard. Hayden, a solid poke check, breaks that up. Hayden behind the net. Now Fitzpatrick for Long Beach. Centering feed off the stick of Hayden. Loftus looking to free things up. As Barnard behind the net, lost possession. Shot on, saved by Cymbaluk. Rebound comes out into the crease. A turnaround shot, and Alex Cymbaluk gets that one as well. Weichel sends it back down low. A dangerous line on the ice for the Long Beach Sharks. They're looking to double up on the lead. Here is Cunningham. He'll foist it out of the zone. Chasing after this is Tapia. First one to it is Carney with under 5 to play in the second. Carney manages to connect up ahead. In alone, it's Harbor. He scores! Dylan Harbor on the breakaway. And it's 4-2 Long Beach. Oh, the Norwich defenseman simply lost track of the native from Wasilla, Alaska. And Dylan Harbor makes no mistake, goes over the glove of Alex Cymbaluk. For Harbor, it is his 5th goal of the season. He has certainly started out hot, has Dylan Harbor, for these Long Beach Sharks. He was leading the team in scoring through the first few weekends. And now he finds the back of the net against Norwich once again. 4:20 to go in the second period. Sea Captains looking to get something going. They're rewarded with a 2-on-1. It's Ethan Ranger. Has Kinahan with him. Ranger a shot. Kinahan the rebound. And getting both of them was Murakami. Murakami's lost his stick. Norwich trying to come up with possession of the puck. Manahan had it knocked away. Back down into the Norwich zone, it's Richards. Richards tries centering it, knocked away by Ethan Ranger. Ranger then gets his pocket picked from behind by Fogelgren. Isaiah Fogelgren from the blue line, delayed offsides against the Sharks, and some Zabriskie will have to touch up. Here is Souza. Trevor Souza, the fleet-footed defenseman, gets into the zone. Turns away from the pressure. Has Kinahan at the point, waiting for it. Instead cycles it down low, Ethan Ranger. Now Kinahan pinches in himself. Cleared out of the zone. No icing on the play as that goes off the stick of Souza. Racing on down is Plant. He gets met by Darryl Smith. Behind the net. Picked up by Walker Montgomery. Montgomery tried going back to the point. Getting a stick on that was Kinahan, and he clears it out of the zone. Dumped back by Gilbert. Center ice. Now Tegan Byer gives back for Smith. Smith's pass knocked down at the red line by Montgomery. Montgomery on goal. Steered aside by Cymbaluk. Under 3 minutes to play in the period. Here is Souza. Can't clear. It's Gilbert walking in. Gilbert a shot. He scores! Kyle Gilbert. And it's 5-2. Oh my, I'm not sure what happened on that one, as Alex Cymbaluk had a clean look at the puck. Looked like he went out to grab it. I'm not sure if perhaps it was deflected or Cymbaluk just missed, but either way, 4 goals in the second period for the Long Beach Sharks, and they now lead it 5-2. Delayed offsides against the Sharks. They touch up and manage to take the puck away from Nick Sachs. Bain up the wall. Byer off the boards, down the ice. 2:20 to go in the period. Forcing the turnover is Bain. He sends it into the corner. Gilbert, the most recent goal scorer, drops off Medvedev. Montgomery. Plant comes together with Cunningham, has his hands wrapped around Cunningham's neck. Penalty coming up against the Sharks, and going to the box is Logan Plant. He'll sit 2 minutes for holding. Montgomery with a couple words for Ben Cunningham. Linesman will have to escort him away. So 1:59 to go in the second period. The Norwich Sea Captains have surrendered the last 4 goals in this game. They ended the first period with a power play goal on a major power play. That was the only goal that they scored, and it's the only power play that they've had. So officially, Norwich is 1 for 2 with the man advantage. It'll be Ranger up front alongside Byer and Holton. Hayden and Souza on the point. Here's Hayden. Gives along Souza. Souza winds and fires, saved by Murakami, and he holds on. And Trevor Souza, patient on that shot. He wanted a little more traffic to develop in front of Ryo Murakami. Faceoff will be to Murakami's right. Once again on the draw, Dylan Harbour with a clean win this time, wrapped around the boards, and that goes past the skates of Souza, back down into the Norwich zone. Here is Tim Hayden. Comes together with Weichel. Hayden able to work through it, drops back for Souza. Trevor Souza for Ethan Ranger. Ranger, a long pass, now with Holton. 90 seconds to go in the period. It's Holton down low. Fisher runs into him, sends Holton down to the ice. Holton back up to his skates. Still managed to maintain possession of the puck. Ranger off the boards, back for Souza. Souza fakes the shot, gives along Ranger. Ranger on goal, and it deflects wide. Murakami might have gotten a stick on it as it went through the blue paint. Loose puck, nearly picked up by Harbour. Picks up some help from Weichel, and he sends it down the ice. 1:05 to go in the period, 1:06 to go in the power play. Souza with under a minute to play now. Giving up ahead for Hayden. Now Tapia. Tapia off the boards. Tried playing for Ranger. Flexed out of the zone. Nice defensive play put on by Carney. Now Ranger again. Carney again able to break things up. 35 to go in the period. Souza at the blue line. Dances around Fitzpatrick. Sends one down deep. First one there is Gilbert. He'll slap it around the boards. Kept alive in the zone by Hayden. Hayden runs into some trouble, and now it's a 2-on-1 for Long Beach back the other way. But a solid back check by Tim Hayden breaks it up. Ethan Ranger's got 15 seconds to go in the period. He gives along for Byer. Pass was behind. Now Souza for Hayden with 8 seconds to go. Chipped along Byer. Or check that. That's Tapia. Stolen away by Zembriski. 2 seconds and 1. And with half a second to go in the period, the puck has gone out of play. Faceoff will remain in the Long Beach zone. With 0.5 seconds to go on the clock, there isn't much you can really do. Faceoff will be to the left of Murakami, so the best thing you can do is put a right-handed shot on the circle and simply shoot it right off the draw. That's what happens. But the Long Beach Sharks, and that will do it for goaltender Alex Cymbaluk. Now in goal for the Norwich Sea Captains, Andrew Yoakum, making his first appearance on home ice. He has a personal record of 0 wins, 2 losses, a goals against average of an even 3.00, a save percentage of 94.3. At center ice, Montgomery lost possession of the puck. Here's Holton back the other way for the Sea Captains. You know they're going to want to get one early and try and get a little momentum after giving up 4 unanswered in the second. Here is Byer. Picks up Smith. A shot saved by Murakami, and he holds on. So Yoakum now in goal for the Sea Captains. Yoakum was selected by the Sea Captains in the NA3HL draft held earlier this summer. Off the draw, one back by Cunningham. Pinching in is Ward. Lost possession. Behind the net, Medvedev. Medvedev unable to clear. Cunningham chips it back down. Here's Harrison Ranger. Met by Medvedev. Medvedev tries to go behind the net. Knocked down by Tapia. Now Harrison Ranger again. Reverses back for Tapia. Intercepted by Medvedev. He sends it around far side where he picks up Richards. Evan Richards all the way down. Yoakum will get a glove on it. And the face-off will be to his right. Andrew Yoakum, a native of St. Louis, Missouri, making his home debut. And again, so far this season, only 2 games played for the youngster. Face-off to his right. Off the draw, here is Hayden. Hayden reverses back, goes past the stick of Loftus. Quick shot goes well wide. Hayden picks up the loose puck, has Kinahan up ahead, instead tries a long pass for Schemmel, no sail. Schemmel then beats out the icing call. Schemmel's centering pass knocked away by Richards. Kinahan in to help out. Medvedev wraps it around the boards. Loftus at the far side keeps it back in. Now Schemmel, turnaround shot gets blocked. Schemmel trying to force it on down deeper for Kinahan. Instead knocked out of the zone. Here's Dylan Harbour up ahead. Harbour trying to tee one up, fought off by Hayden. The two of them come together. Those two were teammates last year in Danbury. Picked up, and now taken out of the zone by Jamison Bain. Bain, now Kinahan. Loose puck, top of the circle, picked up by Medvedev. He gets bumped by Kinahan. Or check that was Zabriskie who got the worst of it, and he has to readjust his helmet as the Sea Captains are in the middle of a change. Chipped up ahead, out of the reach of Fitzpatrick. Loose puck picked up by Brienza, stolen away by Holton, and now back the other way they come. Here's Tegan Byer. Byer a shot, and getting a leg on it was goaltender Ryu Murakami, and then everybody seemingly slid in after him as Cam Holton ended up in the net, as did Jack Fitzpatrick. Net itself ended up about 90 degrees away from where it wants to be. So the linesman will adjust that back. 2 minutes, 38 seconds gone by in the third period. And Norwich trailing by 3. So far in this game, Norwich has had 3 opportunities on the power play. Officially, they are 1 for 4 as they did score on that major power play that spanned the end of the first and the beginning of the second period. Here's Byer, back to Souza at the point. Now Hayden. Hayden sent across. Ethan Ranger a shot punched aside by Murakami. Norwich actually on a power play. The penalty went undetected. Apologies. Meanwhile, shorthanded. Here is Plant on a breakaway and stolen away by Tim Hayden at the last moment. In the box for Long Beach is Jack Fitzpatrick. We'll wait to see what the official call was. It looks as though it's going to be interference against Fitzpatrick. So now Norwich on their 4th power play. They're 1 for 4 so far. Here is Schemmel in his own end. Pass too far for Tapia. No icing on the play as Spencer Dixon simply dummied it back. Loftus unable to hold it into the zone, and it's cleared all the way down by Plant. Yoakum helped it along for Tapia, and now Daryl Smith. His pass can't connect with Schemmel, sent right back into the zone by Zabriskie. Frustration mounting on the Norwich bench. Here's Smith again. 40 seconds to go on the power play. Drops off Loftus. Sean Loftus around a bunch of 4 players at the blue line. Shot on, deflected, and Murakami somehow was able to get a blocker on it. Sharks able to clear. Montgomery gets around Cunningham. Montgomery sends a shot that goes wide. Smith with 20 seconds to go. Finds Schemmel. Now Tapia. Lost possession. Offsides is called as Cunningham went into the zone. And with 15:36 to go in regulation time and 14 seconds to go on Norwich's power play, has not seemed very inspired so far. Looking to change that will be the line of Jack Kinahan, Josh Manahan, and Jamison Bain on the draw. One forward by Gallagher. Gallagher can't get around defenseman Matt Ward. Ward puts it onto the stick of Fisher, sent all the way down. Yoakum went out to play it. 2 seconds and one, and we're back to five-a-side hockey. So not much happening for the Sea Captains on their power play. At least with that man advantage, they are now 1 for 5 as Jamison Bain gets bowled over by Gallagher. Sent around the boards too far for Ward. Chasing after it is Sachs, and he'll get the whistle for icing. So 4:53 gone by in the third. Norwich still trailing by 3. Taking a look around the rest of the NA3HL. With 4 minutes to go in the third period, the Wausau Cyclones a 5-3 lead over the St. Louis Junior Blues. Out in Breezy Point, Minnesota, the Granite City Lumberjacks visiting the Minnesota Loons. And the Lumberjacks have put up a touchdown plus the extra point. It's 7-0 out there. In Oregon, Wisconsin, the Rochester Grizzlies holding a 2-1 lead. They score! In front, Cam Holton, his first as a Sea Captain. And they get one back. It's 5-3. A broken play in front, and Cam Holton, right place, right time, pokes it past goaltender Ryo Murakami and saved that puck as Cam Holton scores his first goal in the NA3HL. So the Sea Captains showing signs of life. They get one. They need 2 more at the very least. Here is Gilbert for the Sharks. Taken out by Hayden. Loftus behind the net. For Byer. Byer under some trouble as Gilbert holds the line. Byer took a stick up high, undetected by the referee. Here is Harbor. His pass goes all the way back out to the red line. Trevor Souza sends it back down into the Shark zone where it goes off a defensive shin pad and leads to a nice breakout. Turned over at the Norwich blue line. Now Ethan Ranger sends one off the skates of Jack Fitzpatrick. It rolls in on Murakami, and he'll hold on for a face-off to his right. Rounding out the NA3HL out in Butte, Montana. The Bozeman Ice Dogs and Butte Cobras tied at 2 with 8:55 to go in the second period. The Helena Bighorns a 5-0 lead at home against the Badlands Sabres. The Great Falls Americans 4-1 over the Sheridan Hawks about to begin the second period of play. And at the end of one out in Cody, Wyoming, the Gillette Wild visiting the Yellowstone Quake. The Wild a 2-0 lead. Here is Fitzpatrick for the Sharks. On goal, Yoakum steers it aside. Now Carney at the point. D to D for Brienza. Brienza's shot gets deflected behind the net. Darryl Smith trying to poke it on out. Meanwhile, it comes in front. Yoakum somehow is able to get a glove on it. Oh, Andrew Yoakum, just pure instincts. And he keeps this a 2-goal game. Nifty little play as it's sent towards the front. Not sure where the puck actually ended up as Jake Weichel managed to flip the puck up and then hit it behind him. Somehow managed to keep that from not being a high stick as well. But the puck ended up on top of the net. It did go off the glove of Yoakum. And so the faceoff remains in the Norwich zone. 13:35 to go in regulation time. Here is Weichel off the draw. Throws one that goes through the blue paint. Ends up back at the point. A spinning shot. Yoakum gets a blocker on it and deflects it out of play. So now 13:26 to go in regulation time. Fresh legs on the ice for both these teams. You see Jamison Bain on your screens at home. Bain is one of those players that has been asked to play a role he's not quite familiar with all the time, as Bain initially was a defenseman last year. He's listed as a forward this year. Has put up a solitary assist so far in 7 games. Yoakum off an impressive save. Will settle in for a face-off to his left. Sent down into the far side corners, and Zabriskie tried going between his legs for Montgomery. Flipped out of the zone. Dixon will send it back in, delayed offsides against the Sharks, and so Matt Ward has a moment to look over his options. Swings it behind the net for Sachs. Sachs can't get around Montgomery. Now Zabriskie. Shot was blocked by Ward. Dumped down onto the ice was Kinahan. Trying to fight through a check was Nick Sachs. Sachs lost a stick on the play. Still managed to get the puck down into the Long Beach end. Thrown out of the zone. Sachs can't handle the bouncing puck. Yoakum comes out of his cage and leaves it for Ward. Matt Ward reverses back. Manahan chasing after it. Spencer Dixon got there first. Sent into the near side corner. It's Montgomery. Tries going back to Fisher at the point. Fisher has it knocked off his stick by Kinahan, and then the pass for Kinahan too far to handle. This goes all the way down the ice. Icing is called against the Sea Captains. And the face-off will come back down into the Norwich zone with 12:20 to go in the third period. Players have to remain the same, so Kinahan, Manahan, and Bain will stay out up front for the Sea Captains. They'll look for a quick clear as they're at the end of their shift. Sharks decide that they'll take the face-off to the left of Yoakum. Dylan Harbour on the draw. He has Evan Richards in the shooter's position. Nice job by Bain tying up Harbour on the draw. Bain forcing it up the wall. Picks up Kinahan. Kinahan from the red line directs one up ahead. Norwich now able to start getting that change. Bain, a big hit in the corner. Able to separate the Long Beach defenseman from the puck. Picking it up is Kyle Gilbert. And now Jake Weichel. Weichel, his pass intercepted at center ice. Back the other way they come. It's Harbour. A low shot. Yoakum steers it into the corner. Richards. Down deep. Now Weichel, who has a goal in this game, back at the point. Medvedev, a shot blocked by Holton. That one stung him. Looking to clear his Ranger. He gets it as far as the red line before Gilbert jumps in front of Byer and takes the puck away. Richards steers it back down into the Norwich zone. 8.5 gone by in the third period. Norwich has already found 1 goal. They need 2 more to tie. Weichel, a turnaround shot, saved by Yoakum. Flipped up and out of the zone. Here's Medvedev for Richards. Richards over the red line will send it down deep. Yoakum slows it down a bit. Loftus and Harbour come together in the corner. Schemmel there as well for Norwich. At the point, a bouncing shot sent in towards goal. Didn't miss by much. Now a shot saved by Yoakum. He got it with his toe. Brienza from the point. Deflected wide by Loftus. Sent around the corner. Ethan Ranger lost his stick, and so Brienza sends one towards goal. Never got through to Yoakum. Blocked down by a defender. Ethan Ranger doing battle with Devin Carney, pinching in from the point. Given back, and now Gallagher tries putting one onto the tape of Isaiah Fogelgren. Fogelgren in the corner. Lost possession of the puck, sent it over into an empty area. Carney pinching in again. Schemmel is there as well. Simply plays it between his legs. Intercepted by Fogelgren. Given along by Carney, a shot, and that's blocked by Loftus. Now Carney again. All Sharks right now as they're keeping the puck down in the Norwich zone. On the far side, it's Gallagher. Rotated back up Carney. Carney's shot gets blocked. Getting in the way of that is Ethan Ranger, and he'll head off to the bench. Now Fogelgren. Pass too hard for him to handle. Darryl Smith will give it up ahead. And now here's Ben Cunningham, 1-on-3 into the zone. Cunningham tripped up at the blue line. Schemmel got taken out as well. Play continues as the Sharks are offsides entering into the Norwich zone. Dylan Harbour a few strides ahead of the play. Face-off will come out towards center ice with 9:37 to go in regulation time. And the Sea Captains trailing by 2. Fresh legs on the ice for both these teams as Ben Cunningham prepares to duel with Jack Fitzpatrick. On a 50-50 draw, Cunningham is able to win it back for Smith. Now Souza sauces one up ahead for Cunningham, stolen away by Fitzpatrick. Right here in front of us, Tapia is able to get around Fisher. Tapia tries throwing one that's too far for Harrison Ranger. Ranger at the goal line goes back to the point, and Souza can't hold it into the zone. D to D they go. Now Cunningham. Harrison Ranger onto the tape of Tapia. Tapia then unable to corral it. Fitzpatrick run into by Smith. It's Tapia again into the Long Beach zone. Looking for an option, tries feeding one for Harrison Ranger. Fisher gets in the way, and Fisher is able to clear. Now Souza again. Trevor Souza gets around 1, 2, 3, 4 players. Check out that stick handling. Souza now on the forecheck. Has the puck in the corner. Goes behind the net. Trevor Souza leaves it along for Manahan. Back at the point, Smith. Smith winds and fires, and it deflects wide. Bain at the blue line. Now Souza throws one into the near side corner. First one there is Fisher. He chips one off the boards. This goes all the way down the ice. Icing is called. And with 8:22 to go in the third period, Norwich again finding a little bit of life. You see the Sea Captain superfan running on by. Has a nice crowd on hand once again at the Rose Garden Ice Arena. A couple kids hanging out in their costumes. Meanwhile, a timeout has been called by the Long Beach Sharks head coach Chris Lloyd. As he has some tired legs out on the ice. And so they'll talk things over. Meanwhile, this gives the Sea Captains an opportunity to catch their breath as well, as the Sea Captains have a shorter bench than the Long Beach Sharks. So 8:22 to go. We have mentioned a couple times now the Norwich Sea Captains in action again on Wednesday, October the 20th, an away game down in New Jersey, but you'll be able to watch our feed of this game right here on Hockey TV for the Long Beach Sharks. They'll continue on the road with a Thursday afternoon game against New Jersey. A 12 o'clock game. Don't believe there will be a road feed for that one. Long Beach actually won't even be home again until October the 30th and the 31st. A Halloween weekend series against the Northeast Generals. Offensive zone faceoff for Ethan Ranger. He wins it back to Ward. Ward takes a shot, deflects wide. Loose puck picked up by Gilbert. He'll wrap one around the boards. Nice shot by Sack stepping in. Can't quite get control of the puck. Back at the Norwich end. It's swung back by Ranger. At center ice, Holton with a big hit at center ice. Losing his helmet on the play was Medvedev, and he has to go back to the bench. Cam Holton has only played 2 games, including this one for the Norwich Sea Captains, but you can see the talent. He scored in this game, and he is making his presence known physically as well. Here's Gilbert for the Sharks with under 8 minutes to play. Kyle Gilbert gets around Sachs. A shot, he scores! Kyle Gilbert upstairs, and it's 6-3. For Gilbert, it is his second goal of the game. And it's his first 2 goals of the season. And with a shot like that, you wonder why he doesn't have more. Both of his goals beating Norwich goaltenders to the glove side. He beat Alex Cymbaluk in the second period. And he gets one past the glove hand of Andrew Yoakum here in the third. That restores the 3-goal lead for Long Beach with 7:37 to go in regulation time. So off the ensuing face-off, it's Loftus sending one off the half wall, not out of the zone. Fisher sends a shot wide. Flipped up and hard off the ceiling by Hayden. That one might have actually dented the insulation that keeps this ring cold. Faceoff will remain in the Norwich zone. 7:21 to go in regulation time. Harbor on the draw against Bain. And off the draw on the face-off win, it's Souza. Harrison Ranger was looking for the home run pass as he had Jack Kinahan sneaking behind the Long Beach defense. Instead, at the point, it's Brienza. His shot goes behind the cage. Souza leaves it for Kinahan. Kinahan can't get around Carney. Now Souza and Kinahan linking up once again. This time, Souza will hold on to it. Weichel manages to disturb things just enough where the Sea Captains lost possession. And now Daryl Smith on another breakout. Kinahan, big hit, sending Carney down to the ice. That opens up some space for Bain. His shot steered aside by Murakami. Loose puck behind the net. Jamison Bain now in the corner, lost possession. Off the stick of Weichel, flipped back into the zone by Souza. 6:27 to go in regulation time. Sharks looking to clear. Here's Harbor, 3-on-2, comes Long Beach into the zone. Harbor a shot, and that goes off the post. Went off the outside of the post, but Dylan Harbor finding some elevation on that shot quickly. Now trying to walk it towards the front. Puck is loose in the blue paint, cleared aside. Bain got a stick on it. Another shot saved by Yoakum. Around the boards, Fisher holds it into the zone only for a moment before Bain slaps it as far as the Long Beach blue line. Tapia sees this clearance go past his stick. Cunningham, fresh off the bench, gives along Souza. Souza drops back Cunningham, and the Sea Captains will take a moment to think things over. Off the skates of Daryl Smith, turned over. Here's Fisher in the neutral zone, delayed offsides against the Sharks, and so Trevor Souza will have an extra second to think things over. Smoked out from behind the net by Roberto Dominguez. Souza then turns away from the pressure. Fogelgren on the forecheck as well. Cunningham now picks it up. He's got a pair of Sharks to deal with. Gets around both of them. Cunningham for Kinahan. And now Cunningham again. He'll chip that down deep into the zone. A bouncer into the glove of Ryu Murakami. And he'll hold on for a face-off to his left with 5:10 to go in the third period. Oh, frustrating game certainly. Once again for the Norwich Sea Captains. They are in danger of dropping their 5th straight game dating back to October 3rd. They'll need 3 goals in the next 5 minutes and 10 seconds to avoid that fate. They'll need possession of the puck first as Francis Gallagher sends it around the boards. Fogelgren looks to connect with Dominguez. Dominguez pays a physical price as he got the puck into the zone. Chipped off the near side boards. Gilbert softly sends it back down. Yoakum will leave it behind his net for Loftus. Loftus with some speed instead gives along for Holton. Holton couldn't control the pass. Sharks send it back down. Very conservative forecheck right now shown by the Long Beach Sharks. They're not sending anybody in too aggressively. Why not, as they're up by 3. Here's Ethan Ranger. Fanned on the shot, then tried leaving it for Loftus. That failed as well. Back the other way, it's Mikita Medvedev. Big hit thrown. My goodness, Matt Ward. And then he gets drilled into the corner. That's going to be a delayed penalty against the Sharks. And Ward is down. Ethan Ranger with a couple words for the Long Beach Sharks. You see Isaiah Fogelgren keeping Matt Ward down on the ice. Let's see what penalties arise out of this. 4:16 to go in regulation time. Ward went very awkwardly down into the corner. It's going to be Gallagher going to the box for Long Beach. .416 to go in the third. And we'll have the officials sort these penalties out. Tim Hayden talking to, or rather waiting to hear from the officials. The official will go right over to Norwich head coach Kevin Cunningham. 4 minutes on the board against Francis Gallagher. Not sure what the penalty is going to be. There's no such thing as 4 minutes for roughing. And usually 4 minutes for boarding is automatically upgraded to a 5. And certainly the way Ward went down, it didn't look very good. He was able to get back to the bench under his own power. Faceoff's going to be down into the Sharks' end. And, well, that's how you get to 4 minutes. Gallagher receives 2 minutes for roughing and receives 2 minutes for charging. So a pair of minor penalties against Francis Gallagher. And barring any power play goals by the Sea Captains, he'll be released with 15 seconds to go in the game. Meanwhile, here's Dylan Harbour shorthanded. Along for Weichel. Weichel, a shot saved by Yoakum. He holds on to it and then leaves it be for Tegan Byer. We have a whistle as, well, apparently Yoakum didn't release the puck quickly enough. Everybody's simply standing around looking at each other. Face-off is going to be to the left of Yoakum with 3:58 to go in regulation time. Let's see what happens on this one, as the official not happy with the false start. They'll decline the yardage and keep the face-off in the zone. One back to the point, too hard to handle for Spencer Dixon. Fisher fails on the clearance attempt. Holton sends down low Ethan Ranger. Wrapped around the boards, Souza at the blue line can't hold it in. Here is Harbour with a little speed, slows down, picks up some help from Weichel, and then Harbour belted down to the ice by Hayden. That's going to result in a penalty. As Hayden, it looked like he kept his arms down. The official disagrees. Cross-checking is going to be the call. And with 3:35 to go in the third period, we'll skate 4 aside for 2 minutes, assuming no other penalties are called. So again, a frustrating game certainly for the Sea Captains. They held a 2-1 lead at the end of one. 4 goals scored in the second period, all by the Long Beach Sharks. And they've been able to maintain that lead through the rest of this game. Icing is called against the Sea Captains. And with 3:23 to go in regulation, we'll move the face-off back down into the Norwich zone. 4-on-4 hockey certainly favors the fleeter of feet. You have a couple speedsters out there. Trevor Souza certainly for the Norwich Sea Captains. Jack Fitzpatrick for the Long Beach Sharks. Ethan Ranger on this draw against Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick wins it back to Gilbert. D-to-D in a drive. Yoakum makes the save. Darryl Smith unable to clear. Now picked up by Ranger. 3:08 to go. Ranger sends it down deep out of his cage. Murakami unable to clear. Stepping in at the blue line, but fanning on the shot was Byer. Souza unable to force a complete turnover at the red line. Sent back down into the Sharks zone. 2:50 to go in the third period. Here's Gilbert, who has 2 in this game. Gilbert looking for the hat trick. His shot goes off the leg of Yoakum. Byer. And now Trevor Souza. Souza gets around Barnard. 2.5 to go. Here is Bain. Bain sent down to the ice hard by Fitzpatrick. Souza with possession of the puck. Souza looking to do it all himself. Puck on his backhand, sends one through the slot onto the tape of Byer. Byer thought about the shot, took a little long. Souza then deflects one on goal, and Murakami makes the save. Loose puck picked up by Jamison Bain. Bain has the puck knocked off of his stick. Unable to hold it into the zone. Loftus on the forecheck, and that's going to get blown down on the offsides. 2:03 to go in regulation time. 28 seconds to go in 4-on-4 action. And then once again, the Sea Captains will go on to the power play. They'll have 1:15 to work with that man advantage. 2:03 to go in regulation time. It's going to be Matt Ward on the draw. And Ward manages to win it. That draws some cheers from the Norwich bench. Kinahan into the zone. Kinahan tripped up on the play. Now Schemmel Gives along Ward, high slot, a shot, and it's blocked. Oh, getting in the way of that, Tyler Zabriskie. That's the kind of player you want on your team. We talked about how important someone like a Tim Hayden is. You want somebody like a Tyler Zabriskie as well, willing to block a shot when his team is up by 3 with under 2 minutes to go. Under 90 seconds now in regulation time. Sent back down into the Norwich zone. Wrapped around the boards by Dixon. Cut down by Kinahan. Now Dixon again. This time he'll go softly to that same side. Chipped up off the skate of Plant. Ward with 70 seconds to go. Now Cunningham, who was in the locker room moments ago, given along for Kinahan. Dixon and Kinahan come together, cleared on out. Norwich is back on the power play with under a minute to go in the third period. Through center ice, here is Schemmel. Tried spinning around check that, Carney. Carney takes it away. Now Devin Carney, short-handed, the defenseman, leaves one through the slot. It rolls all the way back to Plant, who takes a shot, deflected and wide. Gilbert with 38 to go. Gilbert behind the net. Hayden and Gilbert pinned up against the boards. Cunningham looking to clear it on out. Puck is still there. Now Cunningham able to break it up. Souza will take it out with 22 to go. Trevor Souza for Drew Schemmel. Schemmel top of the circle. Goes inside out on Zabriskie. Schemmel then lost possession of the puck. Actually lost his footing as well. As the net comes off of its moorings. Faceoff should come out towards center ice outside of the zone with 14.9 seconds to go in the third period. So face-off right in front of a Long Beach bench. With the victory, the Sharks will extend their lead in the East Division. Their record will improve to 7-2. Their 14 points will move them to 7th overall in the league. The Norwich Sea Captains will fall to 2-6 on the season. They'll remain in 6th place in the Eastern Division as offsides is called. 2.7 seconds to go. And time for one last face-off. Or perhaps not, as the referee simply says, roll the clock, and that'll do it. The Long Beach Sharks